Hey guys, I'm Mrs. Johnson. Welcome to third grade. I am super excited to have you be a part of our class family. Come on in and let me show you around. As you enter our classroom, one of the first things that you will notice is that we utilize flexible seating within our classroom. Although we are socially distancing, we can also use flexible seating in a fun and safe way. Over the first couple of days of school, we will talk about classroom procedures for using flexible seating so that our students are safe, but they are also able to use them in the way that they're meant to be to help them be more successful within the classroom. As you look around my classroom, you'll notice that there are places amongst the classroom walls that are going to be areas in which we'll highlight the things that we're learning throughout the year. This wall is dedicated to math. We will have places for our anchor charts to refer back to. We'll have a place for math vocabulary that we'll be using daily in our classroom. As you move to the back of the classroom, we have a place for science and social studies, as well as our reading standards. On the far side of the classroom, we'll have an area where we can put our notes and anchor charts that deal with writing and ELA. One of the things that I love to do in our classroom is to take pictures and have those snapshots of fun moments or just exciting things that our class is learning. And one place we're going to display those within our classroom is going to be on our Instagram wall. Now, we don't really have Instagram for our classroom, but we've got one here that I'm going to print 4x4 pictures to share, that when we have guests, our administrators, or other teachers come into our classrooms for different reasons, they can see the fun things your kids are doing. But I didn't forget you. I want you to also see some of the fun things we're doing. And the way that we can do that is through Seesaw. Let me show you what it's going to look like. Here is an example of what it's going to look like for your class. If I was to pull up Seesaw in our classroom, it's going to look similar to this. I'll have a list of students in our classroom, but I'll also be able to have a wall, if you will, of all the pictures and activities and assignments maybe they've done in class and we've decided to capture, to share with each other, but also with you at home. This is super fun and I think you'll love this digital portfolio. So let's talk about communication. How are you going to communicate with me? I've made myself a list here of things to remember to talk about today so that I don't forget anything, but if I do, you can always reach me through email. My email address will come to you soon, and if you need anything at all, please don't hesitate to let me know. Next, behavior. Behavior is super important to make sure that our class is able to learn every day, but to also make sure that our children are safe. Well, to do that, our school has set out a behavior management system, and we're using an economic system called Dolphin Dollars. Students are able to earn Dolphin Dollars for their positive behaviors, whether it be in our classroom or throughout the building. This is a great thing and students love Dolphin Dollars. In our classroom, we are going to use Class Dojo, but only in the classroom to collect points throughout the week where students can cash in for Dolphin Dollars on Fridays. Every other week, we're going to have a class store. And in this class store, students will be able to purchase things like fun school supplies, they'll be able to purchase little treats or trinkets, and even little snacks. They'll vary from week to week, but we'll see and they will see, and I'm sure that they'll love it. Next, I'm super excited to say that our grade level will be getting agendas this year. Agendas are an excellent way in order to ensure that our students become self-sufficient and able to communicate messages from me to you or from them to you. It's also a great way to jot down a quick note about most anything in there so you can send back to me as well. Now, when I'm thinking about notes, I know I may be skipping ahead. I want to talk about transportation. One note that it's important to handwrite to me or have a written copy that comes in is change of transportation. If for any reason throughout the year your child's transportation changes, it is so important that you make sure you write that down and you send that in with the child. If I do not have a handwritten note or a note of some sort that comes in with your child, I am not able to take their word for it. Therefore, they'll go home on their traditional transportation way, and we'll go from there. It's important that we make sure that we're doing what's on our forms here at the school and nothing gets changed. If in the event you forget to send in a paper note that day, you will have to call the school and contact the front office to let them know of that transportation change. Next, school supplies. School supplies is always a good, fun way to know that school is right around the corner. We have a variety of school supplies this year, and I don't want the list to seem too cumbersome, but it's important to know that this year we are not able to share supplies. So these supplies are for our class and for your students to use all year. Now, I know that in there pencil boxes, they're not going to be able to store 6 expo markers or be able to have 2 packs of colored pencils. So what we're going to do in our classroom is our extra supplies that we're not going to put inside of our pencil box, I'll have gallon-sized bags for our students to store their supplies in. We'll zip those up and I'm going to store them in a safe place in the classroom with their name on it. That way when something runs out or they need something, they're able to go back to their resources and use from their own supplies, since we are not able to share this year. Another thing you'll notice different on your school supplies this year, is earbuds. Earbuds are something that you think, I don't really know why they need earbuds at school. Well, you know those headphones go on our heads, we're touching them, we're trying to keep things as clean and healthy around the school as possible and making sure all those surfaces are taken care of. Well, earbuds would make it easy for us if they're using technology to keep and store on themselves and not share with anybody else. So as a school, we really felt like earbuds was something that would be important and useful for our students. Let's see here. And then lastly, you will be receiving a welcome letter with additional forms that you can fill out online within the next couple of days. If you will please look at your email, find those forms, read up and everything. If you have a question, don't hesitate to let me know. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you have. On the first day of school, I will be sending home some other documentation. One of those is how to access Seesaw. And be looking for those things. One thing I forgot to mention about transportation, it is very important that you communicate with me through the form that'll come through your email about how your child is going to go home the first 3 days of school. That's very important. That's all I can think about right now. If I've missed anything, I'm sure I'll think of it later tonight when I'm getting ready for bed, and just the eagerness of seeing all of your students, all of your children coming into our classroom next Monday. I'm super excited, and I hope that you guys have a wonderful evening, and just know that my heart is full of joy just to be able to welcome your sweet babies into my classroom. I'm so excited to have them be a part of my family. Thanks.